Hi, I need your help. You, the entirety of YouTube, or the entirety of my YouTube audience, which is one person and possibly one other person. Um, I am on a quest. This light that I'm using at close range for lighting purposes is reflecting off my glasses. There we go. Now I can't see. Um, I am on a mission to collect sightings of all the baseball caps of all the Major League Baseball teams in Major League Baseball, which is the North American, America and Canada baseball league, professional baseball league. And so far, I have seen most of them. And the rules are, they have to be on the head of a person, and they have to not be in North America because I've been to North America a few times and seen some of them, but they don't count. They have to be in somewhere outside North America, like Britain, mostly, where I live. Um, Newcastle specifically, which is a big city with a few Americans living in it, and a few people who like to be cool and wear baseball caps, despite being English. Anyway, there are 30 of them. Um, I'm now at the point where I've got most of them, and the ones I don't have are very difficult. And I'm prepared to give out rewards to people who help me complete this quest. And I'm I'm good at giving out rewards. I was trying to collect a penny from every year since 1971, and I needed people to find a 2012 one before it became 2013, and I offered a reward of as many Yorkie bars as there were days left in the year, and that got immediately claimed, and I was true to my word, and I paid 30 something Yorkie bars to the lucky finders of this penny that completed my collection, which I was delighted by. Anyway, baseball caps. So, the most common baseball cap you will see worn by, well, non baseball fans is the New York Yankees, or the New York Skankies, as they are called. That's that one, the one with the lines are thicker than that. Can I draw it any better? It's basically a big N and a big Y linked together, and you see it. It's a bit wider than that, but you get the idea. That is, you will see that on maybe if I put it in context like that. There's a baseball cap with a New York Yankees logo on it. That you will see that on the heads of an enormous number of people every time you walk down the street. And then you have the LA Dodgers, which I will draw quickly for you. That is that one with the LA, Los Angeles there, is another very common one. Also, for some reason, the Atlanta Braves, which looks sort of like that. It's an A with a curvy bit and a curvy line through it. Um, which also the there are certain caps that have a certain cachet, a certain coolness among um, hip sort of people, uh, people who like gangster rap and other forms of street uh, cultural expression. One of them being the Chicago White Sox, which their logo looks like the word socks in a sort of curvy diagonal font, a bit like that. So you see quite a lot of them as well. I would say those are the four that you see a lot. Possibly also the Boston Red Sox, which is a B with a little sticky out bit that looks like that. Um, yeah, so there are lots of those. Other ones. The places I've seen these baseball caps are probably a good indicator of how I spend my time. So, Seattle Mariners I saw on the head of a gentleman at a train station where I was waiting to be picked up to be driven to a chess match, because I play for a chess team in the chess league, which I also run. That was Seattle Mariners. Cleveland Indians, the one with the big grinning Native American with the feather. That was on the bus when I was going to a friend's house for a choir rehearsal. There was a guy with an Indians cap. I saw a Cubs cap, Chicago Cubs, on the bus going to work. Pittsburgh Pirates is another of those cool ones. I saw quite a few Pirates caps actually. The first one I think was in boots. Philadelphia Phillies. I was being worn by someone on a skateboard who was not intending to attack me with the skateboard, but sort of did. This was around Gray's Monument, which is the big monument in the centre of Newcastle. Cincinnati Reds, again, just walking down the street in Newcastle. I had to check the back of the cap to make sure it was the baseball one and not the Chicago Cubs logo, which is pretty much identical, but only the baseball one has a picture of a guy in a white silhouette guy with a red and a blue background and hitting a baseball. Or female person, I said guy, but it could equally be a female baseball player. Washington Nationals, similarly, I had to actually draw the logo on my hand and check that it was the actual Nationals logo, because I didn't think anyone would be wearing a Nationals cap in Britain, because they're a bit of an obscure team. They used to be the Montreal Expos, and I got a bonus point because they no longer exist. They moved from Montreal to Washington and became the Washington Nationals. But their logo with the M, which is also an E and a B, I saw someone with one of those on. I also saw someone with an Expos t-shirt on. In Spain, when I was at a water park in Spain with my ex-girlfriend, where I also saw San Diego Padres, which is an S and a D linked together. What else? Baltimore Orioles, with a little orange one with a bird, in the Bullring Shopping Centre in Birmingham, which is a place that I go to a lot with work and visiting my current partner. And there's a big shopping centre there just next to the train station, so I like to kill some time hanging out in there. Marlins, Miami Marlins and Kansas City Royals, two people together in a lift in the Gate Entertainment Complex in Newcastle. Me and my partner were going to the cinema one time, and these two people got in the lift with us, one wearing a Marlins cap, one wearing a Royals cap, and I was extremely excited by this because they were on my list, and they were two pretty obscure ones, but I restrained myself until they got out, and then I was like, yeah! To my girlfriend, who knew about my quest. Toronto Blue Jays. I've been to Toronto. The Blue Jays are sort of my team, and I have a Blue Jays cap myself. This is not the current logo. This is the old logo. They've changed it because this bird looked a bit evil. Baseball caps do not suit me. My ears stick out a very long way. And now my hair is fluffed up. They've now got a slightly fatter, bluer bird that looks a bit happier with a Canadian flag on it, which I have also seen and is available in the shop in Eldon Square that mostly sells shoes, which the name of which escapes me. Detroit Tigers was a guy hoovering the computer store, the PC World in Durham, where I went there for a chess match. I was wearing a Tigers cap. Minnesota Twins, again, never seen in the wild, but I have this, which was brought to me by my flatmate's boyfriend who lives in Minnesota. Which way do I turn it to get the logo facing the front? TC, there we go, Twin Cities. Minneapolis and St. Paul make up the biggest cities in Minnesota, so that is Minnesota Twins, named after the Twin Cities. I'm going to keep wearing that to cover my hair. Yes, so I had this specially imported by my flatmate's boyfriend, so that I could tick Minnesota Twins off my list. Milwaukee Brewers. never seen in the wild, but I have had I have put a Milwaukee Brewers cap onto my girlfriend when we were both at a sports shop in also in Birmingham at the Bullring, and yep, that counted as a sighting. Houston Astros with the little star that's... I'm not going to draw a star backwards in a webcam. It's a star with a side missing. Colorado Rockies. I have never seen the Rockies logo, but I've seen a Rockies word with a logo on the side. So I'm counting that because they're from Denver and they're an obscure sort of team. And I'm not... If I see a better one than that, then I'll count it, but I'm counting the one I've already got. Los Angeles Angels, or Anaheim Angels, or Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, formerly the California Angels, renamed Los Angeles so it sounded cool, and then renamed Anaheim Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim because they play in Anaheim, and the stadium people said, well, you have to have Anaheim in your name, otherwise we will not give you money for your stadium. So now they're the Los Angeles Anaheim Angels of Anaheim, Los Angeles, USA, planet Earth, and their cap is in Loch Linnhe in Scotland. It fell off my head when I was on a boat. Actually, it didn't. It fell off my ex-girlfriend's head. The one who featured previously in my list as the where did she feature in my list? I mentioned her before and I've forgotten when it was. Yes, it was the one I was with at the water park in Spain with. So yes, I was cross about that. We were on a boat looking at sea life. It was a glass-bottom boat, and she was wearing my hat, and her head is smaller than mine, and it blew off, and now it is in the lake. Oakland Athletics, guy walking down a street in Fenham where I used to live. New York Mets, guy on a bus. So the four that I haven't seen at all are... I've seen a lady crossing a road wearing a Texas Rangers t-shirt, but never seen a Texas Rangers cap, and I've never seen at all St. Louis Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays, or Arizona Diamondbacks. Cardinals I'm surprised by because they're quite a big, well-supported team. Tampa Bay Rays I'm not likely to ever see because no one cares about the Tampa Bay Rays. Even in Tampa Bay, no one cares about the Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah, they put a statue up outside the stadium of a guy who likes baseball and who lives in Tampa. That might have not actually happened. That might have just been a story on The Onion. Anyway, if you feel like you, my YouTube audience of two, feel like coming into my vicinity wearing a St. Louis Cardinals cap or a Tampa Bay Rays cap or an Arizona Diamondbacks cap, I will buy you a champagne breakfast and a pair of rainbow-coloured shoelaces. So if that is not an incentive for you to seek me, I'm not going to tell you where to find me, but you can talk to me in the YouTube comments. You can make friends with me. Yeah, breakfast and shoelaces, and travel expenses, and a pen.